Hi, I'm Dr. Harry Anderson. Today we have the privilege of meeting with Bozo and Carla Rogers and discussing a little bit about their background, where they are, and where they're going to go. Bozo, last year you ended up the bridal champion at the National Rein Cow Horse Association. Tell me how you came to this point. What led you up to this in your background and training?
Well, it's been a long road, you know. I was raised on a ranch out in New Mexico at Las Vegas, and we're going back out there. It's the Watrous Valley Ranch there at Watrous, New Mexico. But when I left there, I decided I was going to be a horse trainer. Cowboy life wasn't that glamorous, I didn't think. And so I've started on roping horses and had a couple of world champion roping horses, and then moved on to the cow horses. And we've had two honor roll working cow horse champions, and then had the bridal champion this year. We'd spent quite a bit of time in Europe. Spent about 7 years over there, and had European champion cow horses and reining horses, and been in the top 10 in the nation, you know, with the National Rein Cow Horse Association. And then, we've done a lot with the AQHA. We're on Team Wrangler now, and so it's just one of those deals that it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and now we're kind of backing off a little bit. I'm getting a little older and slowing down, so I'm just going to ride a few, and we're going to manage the ranch out there and have our ranch versatility horse program out there.
We've known each other for about a year. And we got acquainted through a kind of a difficult situation. Would you tell the audience the story about Boogie? Boogie, a good brood mare that came on some difficult times with EPM, and that's when Carla called me and asked for help in trying to turn the symptoms of EPM around and see if we could salvage a usable mare out of Boogie. So tell me how that has gone, Carla.
Well, just terrific, really, you know. And, you know, as the story goes, when the vet told me she had EPM, she was really, really bad, and he told me that I would probably have to put her down because she was so bad. And she had a colt on her, and we had her at the breeding station at the time that we found out she had EPM. And so when I picked her up, we literally had to lead her to the trailer, and someone had to hold her tail so that her butt wouldn't come around her and she wouldn't fall down. And we came home and gave her EPM medicine, which helped some, but she still never gained complete control of that rear end. And if she got excited or nervous, you know, it was just going to come around, and she couldn't stop it, and she was going to fall. And so I got myself ready. It's really, you know, horses are, that one raised our daughters in the cutting pen, so she was part of the family. And it's really hard to think to put one down, but I was prepared that I was going to do it because I wouldn't leave her like that. And a friend reminded me about the Total Equine and that he had an EPM horse that had helped. And that's when I called you, and within 2 weeks of being on the EPM medicine, or on the Total Equine feed, she began to be able to control her rear end and walk without assistance, and we just kept going with it, and within a month she was chasing a cow out of the pen. So it was like I had nothing to lose when I started it, and so it was just kind of a miracle to me that and then we found out she did breed, so she carried that colt. She had that colt and has it on her side now, and it's strong and healthy and hadn't had a bit of trouble, just has been excellent.
If you'd like, we could go look at some of these horses.
You know, I'd really like that. I enjoy seeing some good horses, and we can maybe see some of the things we've talked about. Bozo, tell me about the change you've seen in this horse.
Well, Harry, this horse is a horse that's, you know, he's in real good physical shape as far as, you know, he's in condition to go show.
Sure.
This is a horse my wife just won the Southwest Rein Cow Horse Stallion Stakes on this weekend.
Okay.
So he just came in, you know, he's been gone to a show for about 3 or 4 days and just came in, but used to this horse, like right through here, he carried all kinds of big old gut.
Okay.
And so now, to me, this horse doesn't carry a lot of gut. And then you get straight behind him.
He's very trim, and his lines are very straight.
But he's a horse that, you know, he carried a lot of gut, and it's just excess gut.
Yes. Yeah. How about the outside body condition? Has that changed at all?
Where I really noticed it, you know, on this horse is like right back here, you know, when you look right in here
yes.
and right in here, That's where this horse, he just from here down just developed.
Okay.
This horse, but he didn't carry a lot of muscle tone right in here.
Yes.
You know, and this inside muscle right in here, he didn't carry, you know, he was kind of a thin-made horse behind. And now now he's just kind of, you know, ballooned out. You know, it was pretty amazing to watch this horse develop.
How old is he?
He's a 5-year-old.
Okay, he's still developing.
Yeah, he's still growing a little bit. But where I really noticed it on him was, you know, like that belly
just
right
the
there.
gut.
He just didn't carry the gut that he did.
There you go.
And
no, he's a very trim, very straight-lined horse.
you know,
That's what we're looking for. Yeah. And not a lot of external cover either. It's,
you know, and then you know, we've got the old EPM mare here. If you want to look at her.
Yes, I'd like to see Boogie.
We can go look at her, and you know, she's going to be drawn down a little bit now from nursing a colt, but this mare it's amazing that she gets around as good as she does. You know, Doc, I was wondering, how come you don't have any pictures or, you know, any writing on this? How do I know it's Total Equine?
Well, you don't unless you read the tag and look inside, but I'll tell you a little bit about my philosophy, Bozo, and I think you'll appreciate this. This bag is the toughest bag there is to purchase. It's waterproof, and it's so tough that you can have a horse walk across it and they're probably not going to hurt it at all. It's also one of the least expensive bags that you can purchase. So the money that I have invested in this bag of feed is inside, not out here. And to put a picture on here is very expensive. I would have to lay out a whole lot of money just to do that. And I'd have to pass that cost along to you. Now, would you appreciate that or not?
Well, if it was my picture or not, but I think it was nice not to have that.
I see.
You know, this mare's a little thin now, but it's more due to a baby being on her. She's always been a very good mother, and she's always gotten a little thin when she has a baby. But
well, it's obvious from that foal that she is a good mama. She must be milking really well.
But you know, condition-wise, she's good. You feel of her hair; it's soft and it's shiny, and so. It's sure not dry and brittle, that's for sure. And if you look at her muscle tone in her rear end, she's got a lot of definition there.
She's holding, yes, she is actually has a very well defined for being pulled down that far. All she's given up is the body fat, not the muscle. Yeah, she has maintained her muscle even though she's lactating very hard. Now, when this baby was born, how would you describe the feet and the mane and tail? Were they
very mature?
Very mature.
Baby. Very mature.
Okay.
Overall, when she was born, she was really mature.
This is a typical comment I get, so I was wondering if you see the same thing. And how about her activity as she was born? Right after she was born, did she get up and was active quite soon?
Yes.
It was funny. She bucked and ran and played. You know, really amazing that she was running around as, you know, as active and as coordinated as she was.
Okay. Oh,
yeah. You know,
that's really positive.
And one thing, you know, our vet, Dr. Stevens, had told me when she comes, call me. We might need to give her a supplement if she's not very coordinated because of the EPM. And I called her on the way to school that morning and woke her up and said, the baby's on the ground and she looks good, and got up and she's already moving around and playing. And she said, well, I'll go check her. And she called later and she just said, she's beautiful and she's fine.
Don't need anything else. So she's not missed much in her life, I can see that.
No.
And thinking through about the difference in feeding rate between a dry mare, a non-working horse, and a lactating mare, typically we increase the feed intake to sometimes as much as 1% of body weight, but you've been feeding her, you say 6 pounds
6 pounds a day.
And she's been doing extremely well. I think that again shows that you've had good hay. The digestibility of the hay is extremely good, or she wouldn't have been able to do that with only 6 pounds of feed, because many feeding programs require much more than that for a lactating mare. I've seen some recommendations of up to 1.5%, and basically you're feeding about 0.6% of body weight.
Body weight.
Yes, so that's a very positive thing. Well, in thinking through, we've looked at several types of horses here this afternoon, from the lactating mare to the young foal, to the idle horse, to the show horse, and we've seen all of them express the muscling, the body condition that you're looking for, and so on, and also the geriatric or the older horse. So would you agree that this program will kind of fit all ages and stages and performance levels of the horse?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it has met the needs of all the different types of horses you have on the place without having a lot of supplements or different feeds to work with.
We don't feed any supplements.
Not any.
We feed hay and we feed the Total Equine.
This is Dr. Harry Anderson visiting with Bozo and Carla Rogers today. If you'd like more information on any of the things we've talked about today, feel free to contact me at my website, which is www.buildingbetterhorses.com, or you can reach me by telephone at 888-537-1533, and we'd be glad to answer any questions you have. And this is Dr. Harry Anderson helping you build a better horse, one scoop at a time.